Hey, what's up, everybody? This video is basically to kind of explain what Pentecostalism is, uh, what Pentecostalism was in the Bible days, what it is to us now, how it got started, and whether I believe in it and all that. And first off, let me say it technically got started back in the upper room. If you go back and read the book of Acts in the Bible, it started in the upper room after Jesus died, rose again, and ascended back to heaven. He left the Holy Spirit here for us as he promised. And the Holy Spirit fell on a room with a group of a lot of people. Then all of a sudden, randomly, lots of people started praising and speaking in tongues and other languages and everything. And it kind of freaked a lot of people out because it was the first time that this had ever happened to anybody. And the people then were kind of freaked out. They didn't know what was going on. There were these people that were from this one area, but they were speaking languages from all over the world. It was just, it was bizarre to those people at that time. Well, the Pentecostal movement that we know of today really picked back up around 1900, 1901, the beginning of that century, and it started a big revival, as a lot of people know as the Azusa Street revival. And it's just where it started in California, and people from all over literally the world started coming to this revival, and people were just being filled with the Holy Spirit. People were being just miraculously healed. And this happened. It really happened. This isn't something that we read about a long time ago or something made up. This is documented. It really happened. It's one of the biggest revivals of all time. And this happened, like I said, at the beginning of 1900, 1901, right in that era. And it grew because of the fact that so many people from around the world, not just in California, people from around the world came to see this, and they left filled with the Holy Spirit. Some of them left completely healed, and they took that with them back to their own churches, back to their own community, back to their town, back to their state, back to their own country. And it seriously just grew like wildfire. And more people were practicing Pentecostalism by the millions. Every 10 years, it was like another 30 or 40 million people around the world were practicing Pentecostalism. So that's how it happened, and that's how it grew so fast. And it affects everyone. If you're a Christian today, some way or another, it has probably affected you. It affected me because I was raised Assemblies of God, and Assemblies of God was one of the biggest Pentecostal denominations back in the day. I think it started in 1916, but it grew like wildfire. Assemblies of God was one of the fastest growing denominations that came from this Azusa Street revival, and that I was raised Assemblies of God. And now I'm non-denominational, but our church is very much. We believe in Pentecostalism. We believe in raising hands. We believe in speaking in tongues. So the Azusa Street revival affected me personally. Back in 1900, or early 1900s. Here it is, 2020, and I'm still practicing the things that happened that day. So it definitely has affected me, my family, my youth, my church, and it's gonna continue to affect it, because I'm gonna instill that into my children, our youth, and I believe in it 100%. So I'm gonna continue to preach it. So it's gonna just continue on and on and on to the next generation. And I personally believe that everyone definitely should believe in Pentecostalism. They should practice it, because there's so much more to being a Christian than just getting saved. And what I mean by that is, once you get saved, that's the beginning of something amazing. There's so much more to being a child of God than, okay, I'm saved and that's it. No, that there's so much more to it. And being filled with the Holy Spirit and being led by the Holy Spirit and speaking in tongues and believing in miracles and believing in healing and stuff like that, that's just one of many things that is available to us by becoming a child of God. Why not reach out for more. Now, yes, you can be saved and just leave it at that and die and go to heaven. That's amazing. But I don't want to just be saved and just die and go to heaven. I want to be saved and live life to the fullest as a Christian. I want everything that God has for me. Yes, God has salvation for me, but He has salvation and all of this other goodies, all these other goodies for me. Why would I not want that? You know, it's if somebody has $1,000,000 that they're going to give you. Oh no, I just want this one. Let me just get this $1. I'm fine with that. To me, that's kind of silly. I want it all. I don't want one of it. I want the whole thing. And that's why I believe that people should definitely look into this and seek it and ask God for it, because it's not going to hurt you. It's all for the good of you, and it helps you build the kingdom. It helps you live an easier Christian life. It's hard, but without the Holy Spirit in me, I would fail daily. And again, I just think that we all should definitely not be scared of it. People hear about Pentecostals and they get scared, and it's not running snakes in your face and stuff like that, what everybody has been taught. Really dive into it, y'all, and just ask around and read for yourself. Read the book of Acts. It's in there, and nowhere in that book, not just the book of Acts, nowhere in the Holy Bible does it say that that stuff was only for that group of people, that it stops once the Bible's finished. It's not in there. It's for us in 2020. It's for us in 3020 if the Lord tarries that long. It's for all of us. If you are a child of God, if you're not a child of God yet, please get that straight first. But once you become saved, once you become a child of God, it's there for you. Don't just settle. Never settle. You always should be striving more and more and more every day to live closer and closer and closer to God. I love you guys.